Hello, collective. Happy Halloween, October 31st. So our Constitution has enforceability from today's letters. So for Halloween, I take these letters, October 31st, 2024, and I try and make some clues what our cards might say tonight. Yeah, so there's some kind of, our Constitution has enforceability. Yeah, big word there. Your future is in Yahweh's hands. Oh, I love this. Okay, so your future is in Yahweh's hands, okay? So, his hands, his plans, okay? Yeah, remember that tonight. When you're thinking, this can't be possible, there's too much to, when you're feeling like I need a miracle, then that's when you remember, okay, I'm in his hands and I follow his plan. Yeah, and then it's just, because if you make a list of things you've got to do, it'll look like a train wreck. So just get in his hands tonight. Because it built your foundation to do that, to trust El Shaddai, Most High, God. It built this foundation for you to trust that. A non-realistic obliterator. Yeah, I believe the Europs were non-realistic, okay? Obliterator. They didn't want to balance anything with you, so they made up a bunch of stories so they could just, dispose of you. That's dumb. I'm sure the balance could have been obtained. I think that there were some people who wanted a larger piece of the pie. Is that not true? How bittersweet for the butterfly. Yeah, and that's why it's bittersweet for the butterfly, for collective, because yeah, that's what it boils down to. Somebody wanted the whole pie. A celebrity is careful with carry out. Yeah, some kind of celebrity might be careful with the carry out. And then contain confusion and continue. Yeah, any confusion that they send toward you, confusion, chaos, conflict, that's just, you're gonna contain it and continue for tonight, October 31st. And currently a curious cutthroat is crushed. Yeah, this curious cutthroat who does nothing but slings and arrows at you, slings and arrows. It's getting crushed tonight, getting crushed. I said to Robin, can you make me funny in this video, please? He's like, what could be more funny than waiting for a witch to die? Like, yeah, that sounds actually kind of tragic. So an electrical entryway is ethical. Some kind of electrical entryway is ethical. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's a portal. Some kind of electrical portal tonight. I'm not sure. Okay. So I'm supposed to read Revelations 18 to you because Revelations 18 is all about examining and identifying which humans were made slaves. Yeah. Yeah. The merchants of the world will weep and mourn for her, for there's no one left to buy their goods. Yep. Cinnamon, spice, incense, myrrh, frankincense, wine, olive oil, fine flour, wheat, cattle, sheep, horses, chariots, and bodies, that is human slaves. Yeah, this is when this person's boasting that they have all these things. Look, I've got scarlet cloth. I've got pearls, fine linen, jewels. Yeah, I have no reason to mourn, because they've taken all the spoils. And then the Lord comes back in Revelations 18, the fall of Babylon, and says, yeah, you made yourself a slave to those fine items. Yeah. So the whole theme of tonight's card reading is what have I attached to, this kind of looks like a DNA thing, attached to material-wise that has enslaved me, that I think I can't live without. That's what this is about. Because if you're in Yahweh's hands for his plans, then nothing can hold you back from that, right? Yeah. So that's Revelations 18. So there's something about that. All the planets are having you look at that tonight. This is 103 years ago. 103 years ago. Had a little magic going on. This is for August 8th, 1921. So there was a female. Okay, it might have been a Cancer female, but she communicated third house to this popular family. She communicated something to the popular family and asked for some kind of transformation within her family. Okay, this female in her home, she needed some kind of transformation. Okay, and she went to the moon for balance. I need some kind of transformation in my home And I need some balance here, okay? So the male in that family got a little something, something sent to him, okay? Now I asked this male, I said, now, was this a curse? And it wasn't. So this was magic done that did not result in a curse. That's interesting, isn't it? Because you would think that it all results in a curse that you have to break. This particular one, there was no curse on it because this female here, the Most High, Yahweh, knew her heart, knew the intentions of what she was asking. She went to the family first. She didn't go to the practitioner first, okay? She went to the family first. She says, look, I'm communicating this because I need something to change. Something's got to change, okay? And she was all about the home. This female was all about the home. So there was magic sent to this male, okay? It was sent right to his blood, okay? And right to his thoughts and plans. So it stopped his movement and it stopped his thoughts and plans suddenly. Suddenly it stopped things for him, which was kind of tragic. But because that happened, she was able to transform her family with greater love. There was no curse on it. I think it's the order on how you ask for these things. You know, if I just get up this morning and ask for money without saying, hey, thank you, thank you, Most High, for letting me breathe today. That's kind of nice. You know what I mean? Like, because he's the creator and you give gratitude to him first, and then you ask for, may you supply me with your blessings on this day. Amen. You know what I mean? But it was like this person knew the order. She knew that there was an order to things. Yeah. This is Eleanor Roosevelt. Yeah. And she prayed and went to the family, the Roosevelt family, who happens to be an Illuminati family. Yeah. That something has to change, because it just so happened, FDR, that he was stepping out on her. Yeah. He had other affairs, and it was all, she knew about it, but she couldn't have a home like that. She couldn't have a home like that. See? So I like her heart and how she asked for the things to be changed. And the change was painful, okay? Because it stopped him in his tracks. He couldn't move his legs, okay? FDR was in a wheelchair, okay? And it changed his thoughts and plans, his political plans at that time. So, but there was no curse. There was no curse because of the intent of your heart, okay? Like if you had found out earlier that, yeah, there's these people coming after me, can I send something to stop this, to protect myself? Maybe if you had done it was protected because of the intent of your heart. Like you were just trying to protect yourself from these people, and you didn't know how many there were, but there was quite a bit. Yeah. Thank you, ancestors. Yeah, she just wanted this change, a balanced change. The moon was in Libra, just like it is tonight. Oh, it actually went into Scorpio. Okay, so let me show you tonight's chart. And then we get to see magic that resulted in a curse. They did this for 50 years, okay, at least. Some of you are breaking a 100-year curse because your family's been, it's a prominent family. Maybe your family's like an Illuminati family. But this particular one was at least 50 years. And it looks like this. This is the curse you're breaking. Is this square, this mystic square, okay? Lots going on. But I wanted to see what's missing in this square, because it's usually something missing that can break this curse. So I saw right away that we've got Earth, we got Capricorn in there, because Pluto's the tip of it. We've got lots of water, because the moon and the sun both are at the tip of it, and they're both in Scorpio tonight. So lots of water, lots of Earth, okay? And then we have more water. Wow, so we got all kinds of water because Mars is sitting in water. And then up here we have the Chiron, which is it's supposed to be a healer, right? Well, they didn't use it correctly, and it's in fire. It's in Aries, okay? So to me, we're missing air. The vocalization of, look, this is what's been done. I feel like that is that collective person because you've exposed it. For the first time, this has air on it, and it creates in the background this blessing. Like we've heard the air, the Prince of Air has spoken, okay? The Princess of Air has spoken. Gives you a little bit of backup behind this mess, because all this is due tonight. This curse is decided tonight, whether it breaks. Yeah, and that's a lot of karma. It's a lot of karma. A lot of karma. Yep, this family here sent karma to this female, this Venus, that was in the legacy, 5th house, who used active people, didn't care about how they felt about it, and made them human slaves, Revelation 18. Enslaved these people in this family curse because they were guaranteed a cut of that pie, see? So now they're a part of this contract, unbeknownst to them, creating their own family, garbage to carry. So I'm going to tell you, when we get to the age of Capricorn, I did a little reading on it. I'm not an expert in this area, but age of Capricorn, which is like 4,000, instead of we're in the 2,000s. By the time we're in the age of Capricorn, your soul will not be able to evolve. It's like, I don't know, they spray it with glue or something. I don't know. Your soul is set. It cannot evolve in age of Capricorn. So the time to evolve is here, even though it's weird, it's awkward, nobody else is doing it. It's kind of stupid. You're going to want to do it now. Okay? Because once we get to that gate, this is the gate of the gods, Capricorn is. Gate of the gods. Because it was said that you had to go through that gate, Capricorn gate, to get to the other side. So there's something about that in tonight's reading. Because as you can see, Capricorn is who holds the secret as well with these partnerships. All these partnerships were secret that helped with the actions of this curse. Okay. There is a payment due. Looks like they used a spiritual borders and safety group because it's in Pisces, it's in 9th house. This very spiritual borders and safeties group that expanded for this. Yeah, they secretly expanded magic in this female's life. Yeah, this was all a secret. Like, you couldn't actively see the people out there chanting and rolling around, but you knew it was like constant slings and arrows of misjustice at you, because that's why they wanted to end this female of service over here. Yeah. Wow. So it's a messy chart. There is something from this reputable destiny of yours, collective, that sends, this is a yod to the moon tonight. Some maybe female Scorpio is going to get that, or a priest or priestess that's a Scorpio, about the destiny tonight. So because the moon is how you respond, I would assume it's some kind of like revelation to help you keep your journey, and realize, what have I become slave to? I don't want to get to the age of Capricorn, when your soul, keeps coming back and back and back, I didn't do enough work back there. I'm stuck like this. Yeah, because you just get cut off, see? See, here, it's a little bit different. We get a little time, see? To come up, spiritually speaking. It's kind of a gracious God we have. I must say, Yahweh, thank you. Okay, so ancestors, please be here for this reading. Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, please be here. High Ascendant Master Jesus, thank you so much. We need your wisdom on this tonight, Halloween. Please be here. Thank you, Jesus. And I've got some incense, some lotus. I was going to light this and just ask the collective to be in the hands of the Most High and his plans. Just have the collective be in the hands and plans of the Most High tonight. No matter what attacks, may they stay in your hands. Thank you. Yeah, it smells good. Yeah, because I found myself doing that. I found myself making many plans, because, it's so quiet out here. It's quiet because they don't want they don't want any punishment for what they've done. So they think being quiet, they won't get any. But I want to show you the cards. Okay, so we got 14:29 on the clock. So right in the middle is some kind of magician. Sun 9 degrees Scorpio tonight. And it's part of that curse. It's one of the corners of the curse, okay, is the Scorpio sun. But this person in that curse is making master moves. This happens to be a chess player's birthday, Alex Alekhine. He was like a 4-time world champion. who died at 53. He died really young. So yeah, which was a conspiracy in itself. But he was a worldwide chess player for today's date. Yeah. And then looking at this guy, examining this person in the card reading is some kind of October 31st, this great battle within, some kind of leader, could be an Aries, but I got kind of an air sign to this person because they're looking at what's missing and how can we take this big wand here and just get rid of it. You know, it's a very heavy curse that this person, you can tell, is all geared up for tonight. You know, all geared up. And the crossing energy is this moon, this 5-degree Scorpio. It's the happy accident. I believe it's collective. This moon comes in to kind of offset this magician because you're just this happy accident. This is Bob Ross's birthday. The painter Bob Ross from Public Broadcast Station. He died at 52. Wow. So both of these people died really relatively young. I mean, that's, you know, it's questionable. Okay. Quite questionable. One had a reputation that maybe another person wanted. So, hey, we'll just get rid of that person. And, you know, Bob Ross, he had built himself an empire to last for generations. And he got to leave Earth at age 52. So, yeah, it's just you're the crossing energy. You're the happy accident for tonight. And then you come up here to this Mercury, 27 degrees Scorpio, the reformer. Mercury notices the evidence of a bully, kind of sees this person in their element. Like, I know this is what you were born to do, but what I'm really seeing here is an older brother kind of bullying the younger brother, because this happens to be the birthday of Roger Clark. And Roger Clark was the older brother of William Clark, who led the expedition Lewis and Clark. So while his little brother was, you know, exploring the world beyond, Rogers Clark was kind of a bully. So we'll talk about him with Mercury. And then the Destiny's the wheel with Jupiter tonight, 20 degrees Gemini retrograde. And all Jupiter can really do, because everyone's got him boxed in because of this curse, all he can really do is ascend. So Divine Masculine's planet tonight might find a way with Carl Sagan. I put his name down. I don't think he's a Gemini, but I do believe that he was born in the fall. And he needs to ascend, because that's about all Jupiter can do, because they have him trapped over there. And then we get the Emperor card for Saturn too, 12 degrees Pisces retrograde. There's a youth offender, and the youth offender has discovered that he's like bonded to his master, and we're going to see how he sets himself free from that slavery. Down here is this Venus and Mars. Venus has 17 degrees Sagittarius tonight, the Strength card. She's going to put her plans, just the fact that she's alive is in Yahweh's hands. So that's where she leads her heart tonight, is I'm in the hands for the plans of the Most High. Because she's not even looking at Mars over here, who's in judgment. Now, Mars is part of that curse, okay? He's one of the corners of the curse. So we're going to see what he's going through. And then Uranus has the Angel card. There's no denying my involvement. The family, the clan, and the environment sees it. Well, this was a whole family of people. So Uranus is not denying his involvement, but has a few things to remind everyone about. And then Neptune has the moon, the secret. Because, yeah, there was a secret. As long as you stayed in the Rockabye Baby lullaby, you could have gone out just real gently, but instead you fight this war to expose this Rockabye lullaby. And then up here is Pluto, 29 degrees Capricorn. Now there's something about Saturn, because that's Capricorn's planet. Pluto wants to talk about that. And Pluto can't really dance right now because it's the other corner of that curse. So he's really concerned about how's this going to break apart tonight. And then up here is the Destiny. The Hermit gets your North Node. And the Chiron, the healer, which is part of that curse, it's one of the corners of it, needs a miracle. Yeah, why? I don't know why that asteroid would be in that curse like that, 2002. But it is. That might be a year, 2002, that you notice some of this start to take place, start to transpire. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody's alone right now. It might be this magician. This magician might be alone. Because they're still doing bee-bobbity-boo on you. Making master moves. You know, the chess player has that birthday. It's a day to do some master moves. This person isn't a hoper or a wisher like you, collective, you know, like maybe you're just this real innocent, like, I hope and wish on rainbows. This person's not about that at all. It's about duty. But because they've done duty without love, they're starving, okay? So you always have to have a balance of love with your duty. But this person is all about the moves, the master moves. That's all they care about. And probably to have this moon coming in, skipping, you know, Bob Ross, happy accident, is really irritating to this chess player. Yeah. And then this dude's just watching it because he knows the logic of this is to get exposed. We need some air on this. We need some communication. Air signs are all about communication. We need the air in there to bust open that box. Because think about it. You got water, fire, and earth. So you're in a swamp is what it is. It's a swamp. And the only way you could be in that curse is to be underwater, hidden. So you were underwater, hidden for how many years of this curse? Yeah. You know, being, you know, shuffled around down there by the crocodiles and whatever else underneath the water, you know, that they'd throw in there and hope would eat you. And you survived. And that really irritated that steamy swamp, because there is a little fire in there, because Chiron's fire. It irritated this swamp land. Capricorn's the swamp land. Because you were still alive in this pit, this slimy pond pit. Yeah. Creepy, huh? But that's what's missing is air. It's almost like this air shows up and just starts stirring the grasses in that swamp. And it's not sitting well with this person. No, that's not the magic I sent. No. I didn't send a hurricane this way. Well, the hurricane is on its way. Yeah. And it just busts open that swamp to have this happy accident collective. Uncharted territory, revealing secrets of the universe, you know, that people in authority don't want that. It scares them. They have it just the way they like it. So yeah. Okay. So Prince of Air, Prince of Darkness. Yeah, this would be your Prince of Darkness. Okay. In the curse. The Great Battle. He's watching this showdown of this chess match between, now they've invited collective to this chess match. I don't know how much you know about chess, collective, but this person, October 31st, is John Keats's birthday. John Keats, who wrote about Saturn, Capricorn's, he said, sat a gray-haired Saturn, quiet as stone. So there's something about that planet. Now, Saturn's not in the curse, but Capricorn is. So I know that's a lot, but Capricorn is the earth in that curse. So there could be a Capricorn involved in the curse that's on your family. But John Keats is a poet, a romantic poet. But the one thing he says about Saturn, Capricorn's planet, is it's quiet as stone. Yeah, that's not divulging about these master moves they're making. Master moves. Yeah. Okay. And it's all to maintain reputation. It's all to maintain reputation. Yeah. We know that you're fun, collective. You're Bob Ross. You've got an afro. Dude, you're cool. You're fun. But they're irritated by that. Okay, so yeah, this leader, whoever this leader is who's watching this, yeah, is reminded of Revelations 18:2. Like, my God, this person's enslaved themselves with this magic. They're a slave to it. There's no love here. It's like starving for love, but he's a slave to his craft, his master moves. He got up. That's the first thing. He breathed. It was totally dedicated to this because it was his duty. Well, I'm sure God wants us all to have a duty, But he also wants us to have love. Or what's the duty going to be but cement, you know? Oh, that's great. Yeah. So, yeah, he needs some air, man. Let's get some air in here. Ancestors, tell me about this air tonight. Is this gonna be stirring up some air? Warning. Yeah. Yeah, he sees this leader, this John Keats sees right away. Yeah, this chess player, he's gonna die young because he put too much emphasis on one thing. He didn't go off the beaten path. You know, that's one thing the Most High likes about you, collective, is you are willing to go off the beaten path to discover who you were. That takes guts. That takes, you know, and your performance is why Most High is telling me to tell you that. Because not only did you go off the beaten path, but you made a pretty good performance out of it. Like, you almost made it look easy. And that's his hope, is that he'll understand. Yeah, I don't have to just stick with this. I can do something off the beaten path. Because, you know, here comes Bob Ross with his afro, dude. He's cool. I think he'd love to be cool, actually. I think that's what's bothering him. Okay, so they're confused right now about your performance. Yeah. How can you be happy you have like $2 in the bank account? Because you're in God's hands. It's his plan. He's well aware of what you have. You know, you go out when he says go out, right? You walk away when he says walk away. I mean, that's what you rest on. I don't think it's crazy at all. Yeah, there's a hermit. There's somebody watching this, investigating this. Yeah. Who's watching this? Who's watching this performance? They see your work. 8 of Pentacles. A lot of work that irritates this chess player. Of all the work you've done. I think you're going to go into this chess match and just and blow them away. You know, like, well, how did they get that move? They weren't even concentrating. But because of your spirit team, you make the right move against somebody who's like a 4 world champion. Yeah. And it was all intuitive that you did. And it's being watched by these leaders and, you know, this hermit, this investigator. What else do you want to tell us about this showdown? Yeah. It's been a burden to your environment. And it's a burden to the champion, because he realizes the longer you stay, collective, we have to make things fair. 2 of Cups and 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, we have to make things fair if you stick around. Yeah. Wow. And it burdens him. 9 of Wands. It burdens him. Little patch on his eye. Yeah. Little patch on his eye. Oh, cute. Okay. All right. So let's go up to Mercury. Some kind of big brother abuse. Yeah. This bully. I didn't know that William Clark had an older brother, Rogers Clark, who happened to be a militia warrior during the Revolutionary War. He was quite decorated. That was his big brother. And my God, it's the same story. He died in his 50s with alcoholism and one leg. The guy was all about duty. His older brother was all about duty. Oh, you want me to settle the land out here? Well, let me go. And he was employed by Virginia, I don't know, one of the colonies, and went out there to secure the land from the Indians, and just bullied his way through this service, this duty to his country. Okay. Didn't stop to make balance, didn't stop to go back to the table and say, well, this is what I found. None of that. And he died isolated with one leg that had to get cut off, and an alcoholic. He died an alcoholic. So because there's no love in the person of duty's life, they need the chemical for the brain. See, love is love. If you got love, it comes out. It's like a chemical, But they turn to alcohol a lot of times because they're too tunnel vision. There's too much focus on one thing that works for them. And the Most High says, Mercury, you got to show evidence of this, that it's not balanced behavior. They tried to make the Bob Ross character. Well, look how unbalanced with that afro. Yeah, that's a real unbalanced person. you know, and yet look at these bullies, you know, they're losing limbs, okay, in the line of duty, and they're dying alone with a bottle. And Mercury shows it tonight. Yeah, reformer, front of the consciousness. There has to be some kind of reform to the way we have this honor system of people. Well, we only look at your empire, you know. Yeah, they're looking at the bones of an empire. Yeah, this group of people that bullied you, there were many moons where the bones were set in place for the empire and not for you. And you came up with your empire just, you know, by intuition. Like, oh, you're not going to give me anything in the empire? Okay, well. And then here comes Bob Ross to the chess match, you know, and with your cool afro. Yeah. And you're a minister because you know it's a gift from God. You couldn't have done it without God. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Venus tonight. Okay, so the strength of Yahweh, 17 degrees Sagittarius, recognizes Revelations 18. Yeah, I see how people can enslave themselves and not move forward, to stay on the beaten path where it's comfortable and just keep going like a machine. These people were like machines. This big brother bully and this chess player, they were like machines. And so Venus recognizes ways that she's made herself stuck as well. Like, what has made me stuck? And Jim Morrison happens to have 17 degrees Sagittarius, Jim Morrison's birthday, who wrote Break On Through to the Other Side. Yeah, that was Jim Morrison's song. He says that the gate is straight in that song. To break on through to the other side, notice that the gate is straight. So if you're making a run to get through that portal, they want you to be running good and solid, straight. Have your moral compass aligned with the Most High. Yeah, the gate is straight. Jim Morrison, thank you so much. Do you want to be here for this reading? I love you. Yeah, a lot of the passed over ones are passing gifts to you because you were alone on this journey. You did this just out of intuition, like something's got to give. And you made a change that was really hard. The conception of this Bob Ross empire of painting didn't look too cool in the beginning. And now they're realizing, well, there's a lot of nuggets of wisdom in there for future generations. Yeah, there is. Yeah. Because art is eternal, and John Keats would say that from October 31st. John Keats would say that. Life is fleeting, but art is eternal. So John Keats would agree with that. This is that overseer that's watching these two empires that have been built. One just by, like, I have to build it to preserve myself. They're gonna kill me if I don't build something. Yeah. And then this one the whole time slings an arrow of misjustice. To be or not to be. Is it nobler in mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune? Hamlet, Act 3. Or to take arms against this sea of troubles and by opposing end them. This is a sea of troubles for Bob Ross. Dude, he didn't know there were such big bullies in the world. And he's just a painter. But he's eternal. Wow. Okay, Venus, so yeah, you're securing your future. You're in Yahweh's hands. You've got the gate is straight from Jim Morrison. Awesome wisdom. Thank you. Train just said that's awesome wisdom. And she's not even looking at Mars. She's not even looking at this Mars, okay? And this is the thing. Mars is in judgment, okay? He's in the curse. He's one of the corners of the curse tonight. He's one of these corners. He's down here. Okay? Sitting in Cancer. That's Mars. He's one of the corners of this mystic square with the big X. Poison. Yeah, poison. Yep. My pain, your thrill. I wanna love me, but you want it too much, too much. Your lips are venomous poison. Alice Cooper. Yeah, cool. Who has to borrow something tonight? Okay. Mars represents blood. In any astrological chart, it's the blood. Mars is the blood. It's in charge of blood, okay? So he's going to his family tonight, Mars is, because the Sabian symbol is, yeah, I got to introduce you to this wife of mine. He's married somebody, and he's telling the family, except there's something not quite right about this wife he's introducing. The bride has something unexpected, okay? So his bride, now she's turned around. This bride is either the wrong religion, the wrong color, the wrong height, weight. There's something not quite right when he brings her to the family picnic or whatever. He's worried about that. And anyone that worries about that has too much ego and not enough heart. So I wouldn't advise these plans to transpire, but that's what he's planning on to get out of this curse. See? Well, I'll just marry this weird person and it'll break the curse for us. Okay. Yeah. Did you ask the weird person? Did you ask him at all? Yeah, no, he didn't. Okay, what do you want to tell us about Mars? What do you want to tell us about Mars? Mars and Venus, maybe? He knows, Mars knows that Venus got a raw deal. He doesn't want it to be public, though. He just wants it to quietly go away. Because he's burdened as well. Nine of Wands comes out a lot today. Wow. Nine of Wands. Okay, Mars is Nine of Wands. Venus got a raw deal. Yeah. But she looks okay. She's like, you know what? I'm in God's hands. You didn't love me, and I know God does. You know? Heck yeah. I know you don't love me. But I know someone who does. Because I'm a part of his plan. This is his little plan, man. You put yourself right in that solar system. Right in the energy. Right in the invisible. You gonna fight me with magic, completely invisible? Well, guess what? My defense is something invisible as well. And all of these planets have given you their highest vibration to fight this, and you've become the star because of it. Like, you knew that it didn't matter if these people hated you. The universe is huge. Who cares? She's inherited a planet in another galaxy. So she could really care less if these people hated her. Yeah, go right ahead. Yo, knock yourself out. She has like a spiritual inheritance that's incredible. Maybe you'll hear about it in 9D. She's already seen it. So she's jumping back to this timeline going, well, you know, do what you got to do. Okay, so Mars, you know, it irritates him. It makes him stressed out. And he sees you protecting yourself and working really hard. Yeah. Okay, so Mars is sending magic too. That's what Mars is trying to say. Yeah. He sees you working and defending yourself. So he knows that if he sends anything your way, it's probably not going to hit. It's probably not going to matter. You know, you might sniffle a little bit or, you know, wipe, you know, but it's not going to matter, you know, because there was a good way they could have done this magic on you. Okay, I'm telling you. Eleanor Roosevelt right here. Boom. Okay, 1921. Had a problem. Had a husband cheating on her. Okay, that we know that happens. You know what I mean? And she did right. She probably consulted God, and then she went to the family. Okay, she went to the family, and she says, "Look, I need something to change here." Okay, and maybe they told her about this way to balance it. I don't know, but there was no curse because of those actions, and that was magic that put him in a wheelchair. It was, yeah. Well, guess what? He learned to appreciate Eleanor for what she really was. Because do you think the affair is going to be around to help him get in and out of a wheelchair? No, that person that he had an affair with is gone. You know, she wasn't there to help him in a wheelchair. She wasn't there to, you know, pull his pants up for him and, you know, get him to the bathroom or whatever. She didn't want no part of that. That's for an invalid, see? But that's why Eleanor was chosen as his mate, because it was in her heart to be like that. Yeah. God bless you, Eleanor Roosevelt. Yeah. Who you could say, well, yeah, but she did magic on her husband. Yeah, and she made him, what? an icon. And FDR recognizes that, okay? That God let that be done to make him a greater man. And we can't say that this is not going to make you greater because you've learned to defend yourself. So of course it's made you greater. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what do you want to tell us? Jupiter, 20 degrees, Gemini, cosmic ascension. Yeah. Jupiter, he's boxed in. Okay. He's only got a couple options, but he knows he can ascend. Okay. Jupiter can ascend. Yeah. He's got all this karma going on. He's really not part of much good tonight, but he's air. And my God, we need this air in here. So hopefully these karmic payments will reveal some knowledge, some communication. Because look, it's just going all through that curse. So he's aware, see? He knows he can't expand. He knows that the cult group, the spiritual group, won't let him say a thing. And the borders and safeties won't let him say a thing, you know? And then now he's trying to stop this Venus. I think this might be your doppelganger from expanding. He's trying to stop her, or the one trying to kill you. This might be the Venus trying to kill you. Might be a fire sign Venus, you know? So he's got a few things that are on his plate tonight, but what he really wants to do is this. And you get this little blue line from the healer, okay? And the healer just happens to send it to a Venus. So there is a collective person that Jupiter speaks some healing to tonight. And that's the biggest planet out there. So he wants to make sure that Venus gets that tonight. Like, you may think that no one can hear you, but I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Highest vibration from Jupiter to all the female collective, that Jupiter has you. Yep, he has you. And yeah, he knows it's a miracle. He said, I'm just one planet, that's all I'll ever be. I never can be everything you wanted me to be. This is Jupiter singing to you tonight. I've got big plans, he says, so big that any blind man could see. I'm standing in the river, and I won't have you drown in the sea. I won't have you drown in the sea. Like the slings of arrows of Miss Justice, Hamlet 3. Is it nobler to fight the slings and arrows, the little attacks on your character, and that you're these horrible things? Or is it just nobler to take them all down? Take them all down. You know? Because that's a sea. And you can walk in the river. You're standing in the river just fine. But now you realize, my God, I'm taking on an army of people that believe this way. That it's okay to do magic on somebody who doesn't know. Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. And Jupiter's helping you with that tonight, Venus. Yeah, nice. Okay, thank you, Jupiter. Do you want to reveal anything while you're talking to Venus tonight? Let's see what the cards say. Do you want to reveal something? This Wheel of Fortune tonight. Yeah, the gate is straight. He's reminding you of that. Yeah. Your ops are confused, 7 of Cups. Why you don't walk away. Yeah. Why you don't walk away. Okay. Well, let them be confused. You know, until God gives you that instruction, you know, maybe some of you don't want to walk away. Matthew. There's a Matthew in your storyline that knew you and realizes, yeah, this is a 50-year-old war. This is a very long war. Yeah, he knew you when you were younger. Looking back, he can see signs of it. That something wasn't quite right. But, you know, it is what it is. Maybe he's in a position now, like in his vocation, to assist. I don't know. Maybe he's the air sign that remembered something you didn't, you know, that heard a rumor when you were a kid that you didn't, that can bring it to the table and say, yeah, this is a curse, that they've been doing this on that person for a long time. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So Saturn has this 12 degrees Pisces retrograde. There's an offender. He wants to talk about this offender. Saturn does. Now remember, Saturn in mythology, for the Greek mythology, he was Cronus in the Greek mythology, who ate his children. Yeah, if you read about that in mythology. So that's Saturn. He He ate his children. Yeah. But I think now he's a little more grounded, and he's setting up some better borders and safeties for that, because it doesn't look too good right about now. Yeah, Alan Stilto. He has his birthday, 12 degrees Pisces. He wrote a really cool story about the loneliness of a long distance runner. The loneliness of the long distance runner, which could be you, because you feel like this has been going on way too long. But this book is about a juvenile offender, okay, who knew he was in bondage, okay? He happened to shoplift, and he was sent to juvenile detention as a young kid. His name was Smith. This juvenile delinquent was sent to a facility, and now he's incarcerated, as a juvenile. But he does notice in his spare time he can run. And everybody in the facility, the higher ups, are seeing this kid run, and they're like, dang, he's a pretty good runner. So they go to him with the proposition, hey, I tell you what, we have this cross-country marathon coming up. If we enter you and we win, that will secure our relationship with these other institutions in the area, because they know they have a winner here. This Smith kid, got picked up for shoplifting. And so he trains for it. He's off duty, like, from all the real strenuous things the other kids have to do, like cleaning toilets and stuff. So it's kind of worth it to him. But the day of the race comes, okay, and Smith, oh yeah, he's at the front of the pack. He's like a Prefontaine, man. He's got it. But except for 2 meters before the finish line, the kid just stops and stands there and lets every public school runner go right past him. Because the kid figured out, oh, you're going to use me. You're going to use my gift to make you look better. That's what he figured out. Saturn figures that out tonight. He's worried about that. Well, you'll stick around, collective, but I think they're going to try and use you. They're going to try and use you to make them look better when they are guilty of these crimes. They are guilty of trying to kill you. So I asked Most High about that. And he said that not everybody in this institution did the magic on you like they said they did. Some people, it started to get on their conscience and they just didn't do it. They're like, this is getting crazy. And it must have put them in a difficult place, because this is the order. This is the oath they take, is to do this. But some of them just didn't do it. Yeah. So I don't know how they'll be judged, but they realized, okay, if this comes down to judgment, and I did just what everybody else did, I don't know, maybe if the order finds out about it, they'll get excommunicated or something, but some of them in the order refused to do the magic on you. So that says something, right? Somebody used their brain. Because they saw you shining, collective. They saw you shining. Yeah, so this Smith youth offender, he had a hell of an end game, didn't he? Yeah, he had a hell of an end game. Just stopping 2 meters before the finish line. Because he figured it out. He figured it out. You're using me, dude. You're using me. And what do I get out of it? What do I get out of it? Are you going to release me early? Probably not. There wasn't any real benefit for him. You know what I mean? He knew he'd have to go back and clean in toilets and stuff. You know what I mean? But he didn't care. He thought isn't that a narcissist for you? Like, well, you're okay now as long as you can make us look good. We'll use you. And then the kid's like, whatever. 12 degrees Pisces was that Alan Stilto's birthday. Who wrote that? 1959, he wrote that book. The Loneliness of a Long Distance Runner. What do you want to tell us, Saturn? Somebody's celebrating. These might be people that want you to make them look better, okay? Who are these people? They see you shining, collective. They see you shining with this gift. Yeah, that's the Ace of Pentacles. They see you have a gift. Who are these people with the 3 of Cups? Some kind of arrangement. It's a group from your past. Yeah, that name came up too from your past. So it's like whoever is in your past is going over the mental notes that they remember. Okay? That person was kind of estranged from their family. It didn't seem like a real relationship like they had with their parents. It was quite different. It was a different kind of love. They remembered that. Okay. They see an ending. That's why they're making these plans. And it's regarding your children, maybe. Might be regarding your children. They're concerned about their growth, okay? Their development. Okay, this group is. What else do you want to tell us, Saturn? Yeah, Saturn, Cronus, should not be eating his children anymore. Using the children to make them look better as a cloak of good behavior. That's what your ops did. As long as I keep the children, I have this cloak of good behavior. No. You're the star. You're the star. This is the 8-point star. Okay. Do you want to add anything to that, or just that they're making plans about the children and it's these people from your past? Wow. Okay. All right. Thank you, Saturn. Yeah, don't be eating children anymore, Cronus. So you get the angels for this 25 degrees Taurus retrograde. There's no denying the involvement of the clan, who has the temperance card tonight. The clan. Okay, the clan is in the curse. Okay, it's one of the, no, actually it's not. The clan actually is not in the curse, okay? These people acted against the clan when they did this, okay? That's kind of important. So, Uranus sits at the board table. There is a board meeting tonight, Halloween night. There's a board meeting. It's going to have Mars, the clan. It's going to have Pluto, and it's going to have Venus. Yeah. So there is some kind of board meeting about this family war, untransformed because of this female, okay? Maybe just one female that created this curse. Yeah, Uranus isn't in the curse. The 4 points are quite obvious. We actually have a 5-point curse because the sun and the moon both aspect to that transformation of this curse. Both the sun and the moon. That's huge. This is the swamp, okay? And as long as you stayed in that muddy swamp, but what's going to happen once we get air in here, you're going to figure out, oh, I can live on land too. Like you're one of those amphibians that can live on land or in the water. That's what, but they kept your head down in that swamp. You didn't know that. You didn't know you could even breathe outside the swamp. So you just stay down there. And then all of a sudden we let you loose, see, and you're like, oh my God, I have lungs. That's this water creature they made you in this murky swamp. And it's steamy because it's got this Aries Chiron. And it's all muddy because it's got Capricorn. And it's kind of a deadly swamp, I'm going to tell you. They kept putting crocodiles in there to kill you. Let's put it that way. And then one day, I'm telling you, it's just going to happen like that, where they bring you up to land, and you're like, oh my God, I can breathe. And it's going to be so different for you. You know, you'll get to use your little flippers or whatever you walk with, you know. Okay, so what do you want to tell us? Okay, Uranus wants to tell you about a man born 25 degrees Taurus. His name was Robert Owens. Robert Owens was a social reformer. Robert Owens, he was a social reformer. Like for things that happen, this tragedy in society. Okay, he would go in to institutions and make life better for the family. So for example, he would work with the mills, and if your family worked at the mill, he would make sure that all the children had some kind of daycare. Okay, he would go in and make sure they had the living conditions were provided. As long as you work for the mill, you'll get these this, you know, you can live other places, but he would always provide, like, this is the standard of living. If you work here, we want to make sure you at least have this standard of living, which was kind of cool. Okay. Now it would be like if your grandpa or your father worked at a university. That university in a Robert Owen social reform would say, okay, all your children get a free education here, okay? And if they worked at Harvard, that'd be like a big deal. You know what I mean? You'd be like, okay, I'm going to take advantage of that. So that's kind of like a social reform where they realize, okay, we have this person contributing to our industry. And how can we make their lives better? Because we appreciate this person contributing to our industry. That's what a Robert Owens is. And even the state of Indiana did that. He was from London, Europe, somewhere. Yeah, he was a UK. But it came over to the US, that same train of thought, that social reform. So I like it. Thank you, Uranus. So a master. There's a master. They were master at keeping you in that swamp is what they were master of. Pretty sick, man. Something about, God, this Nine of Wands again. Oh my God. What is with this Nine of Wands? I got it 3 times tonight. Yeah, Nine of Wands. It's a King of Wands that fills this, a fire sign. He's the one that makes the swamp all steamy, see? Like it's like a sauna. I can't even get that open. But he knows that there's an ending. King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, sees this ending. Like, sees them pulling up to the swamp with this equipment to get you out. And it's making them very nervous. Yeah. Because they're worried about your health. Because they know how much magic this dude put on you. It was debilitating magic. And they're worried. Yeah. Oh, that's why he didn't want to look at it. The devil was right behind that. So that's what's going on. Uranus wants you to know is King of Wands had this deal with the devil that you'd never see land. Okay. They're stressed out because, wait a minute, time's up. And that little amphibian's not dead. They can still see you moving around down there. And they're worried. They're really worried about it. I love it. It was inevitable. It was inevitable you survived the swamp. Yep. You spent so much time down there that it was valuable time for you. You will be a social reformer like Robert Owens, where you will care when you see people invested in an industry or maybe your business, like the Bob Ross painting business. Like, you need people to help you with that business. You'll care enough, like, well, what's your standard? I want you to at least have this, you know, to live with, and I want your kids to be taken care of, and, you know, because you're spending a lot of time in this Bob Ross studio helping me, you know what I mean? That's the kind of person you'll be because you spent so much time down in that swamp. Keeping things balanced so these bigger creatures wouldn't eat you. Yeah, they want to eat you. Wow. Thank you, Uranus. Okay, so Neptune has 27 degrees Pisces retrograde. If I can build, yeah, the moon. This is that spell work they're concerned about. The devil and that King of Wands. Because it involved the whole town. Okay, it involved the whole town. That's why they're concerned. Okay. But Neptune's saying, rockabye baby, you're on the treetop. And that was your lullaby. You stayed in that little circle of magic your whole life. And now because you left the circle, you left the lullaby, you left that rockabye baby. Like, no, I'm out, dude. I'm out. And because you left that, it's like it's poisoning itself. By you staying in there, it's like you could transmute it. But if you jumped ship all of a sudden, you know, and get onto land or whatever, it's gonna poison itself. All that. Yeah, it's pretty sick. Yeah. Yeah, if you stayed in this circle, this delusion, you just believed what you were told. Like, there's nobody trying to kill you. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you are learning some things while you're, you know, you learned a lot by being in that. You really did. You didn't realize that, like, you'd be a part of a chess match, you know, where they would, you know, grade your skills. And you didn't know that you need military grade, yeah, quantum lasers to fight. Yeah, as Luke Skywalker, you needed, like, this military grade quantum laser to fight this person up here. Because it's Neptune. There was so foggy. It was so dark all the time. You know, you're in a swamp. You didn't realize, oh, I had to buy this military grade quantum laser to find my way out. That's the only way out of Neptune. It's socked in with fog and delusion. And then all of a sudden, the pickup backs up to the swamp and hands you this military grade quantum laser. And you're seeing underwater. You're seeing, oh my God, this is where I've been this whole time. Yeah. Yeah, it's really shining a light on what you endured. Wow. Thank you, Neptune. Do you want to tell us anything, Neptune? Do you want to tell Collective anything? 27 degrees Pisces. Collective's building the foundation on Yahweh's plan. Yep. Yahweh keeps collective alive, and the blessings will arrive. Okay? The blessings will arrive because Yahweh keeps you alive. Okay? That's your little magic spell. Okay? So I don't know if you want to publish it, but dude, that's you're in his hands, see? So that's why you're here. Okay. There's a whole district that this magic, yeah, if you will see it in your immediate area if you take walks or drive around town, that some of the nicest homes, okay, we're talking like, you know, very expensive homes, are suddenly for sale. They're for sale, okay? That's because you're still alive, okay? They had invested in things way outside of their, because of the payout they were going to get from your death. So now they're on the rocks. Yeah. Because the 10 of coins is not going to go to anyone but you, collective, and your Bob Ross little afro. Yeah. Happy accident. Heck yeah, man. Okay, Neptune, thank you. Okay, so Pluto can't dance tonight because he's part of that curse. Pluto's in Capricorn. It's part of that curse. He knows that there's going to be communication to break that sooner than later, okay? But he can't dance right now. Yeah, he's kind of tied up with this curse. He knows it's going to break tonight. Yeah. Something's going to stir it up just a little bit. So I haven't run the chart for tomorrow night, but I'm kind of excited to. Something's going to give, okay? And you will be rid of this person, okay? You know, if you had known 50 years ago to buy a laser, quantum laser, military grade, you know, you could have found your way out, but you didn't realize, you know, it's like, well, you made the best out of a really crummy situation. Yeah. Okay, Pluto, what do you want to tell us? Pluto wants to tell you something. Okay. Yeah. Remember, age of Capricorn, you're not going to be able to ascend. Okay. You got to get it done now. Okay. Because when you get to the 90, it's kind of set. It's like your soul gets set somehow. You know, it just gets binded to the Most High. I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah. This person here, this spellcaster, is meeting justice for you, collective. So tell me more about this. What's this? That would be the Capricorn. Oh my God. OMG. That's your Cronus right there. This dude eats children. Capricorn eats children. Yeah, eats them. Greek mythology. Weird. Okay, so what's this justice? What's this justice about, Pluto? Because they didn't transform. Yeah, they didn't transform. Do they think the age of a Capricorn is going to be easier because they're a Capricorn? Wow. No, it'll suck for them. They'll just be cut right off. Yeah, at least you'll have acquired the ascension to be in when, you know, however they designate us, you know, they mark your head or something. Anyway, so that dude, it's not going to get any easier at your own sign. But that's what he wanted because I'm the leader, see? So why are we dealing with this age of Aquarius stuff? Yeah, I just wanted to pass over you when you're helping how many people ascend right now? Yeah, wow, pretty big deal. Pretty big service to mankind versus keeping a secret hurting other people. That's a real good contribution to society. Okay, something about you leaving this death. Okay, you're gonna have to leave. Something about you leaving during this ending of this tower. Okay, something about you leaving. Okay, you're gonna get a way out. Pluto says you're gonna get a way out. Thank you, Pluto. That's reassuring. You don't want to be there when that happens, okay? Because it sounds like all it's going to do is emit. I don't know if I told you about the dream I had, that the jogging suit was on the lawn, and when I picked up the leg of the jogging suit, it's like these gases came up from and I just was like, oh, I better get out of here. Yeah, so whatever you're tugging or pulling or getting on, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to stay, okay? Because there's so much bad stuff that's going to be left, and you're not going to be there to transmute it. That's all you've been doing this whole time, is protecting these people from this awful spell work. Yeah. Okay, so the destiny says that you, yeah, I told him, but he wants you to know you keep your light on and you evolve and you put yourself in Yahweh's hands, because there's no opportunity in 4,000, okay? You don't get the same opportunities you will now. And you can time jump to see if I'm right, okay? You can time jump to test it, because it's just set in stone, okay? Which means he gave us this opportunity to help others while we were struggling. It's not easy. It's not easy to give up these things. Oh yeah, Revelations 18, I'm a slave too. I don't want to be no slave. You know what I mean? If like you have to have a certain thing to survive each day, maybe not. You know what I mean? So that's what he's really wanting you to look at. The destiny has this Chiron 20 degrees Aries, yeah, who's in the curse. That Chiron is in the curse. Yeah, it isn't fair that a man walks when a bird can fly. It is not fair that a man walks while a bird can fly. This is upside down. But you learned how to fly in a really abstract way, in a Bob Ross cool Afro way. I love you, Collective. Happy Halloween.